Hey guys, and welcome one and all to Episode 8, Telecast PH, the Telework PH Outsourcing Podcast, a podcast dedicated to the benefits of outsourcing, a positive mindset, business advice, and the many ways outsourcing some of the non-core aspects of your business can help you scale up quicker, and at the same time, you'll be helping our mission to make an impact on poverty here in the rural areas of the Philippines. I'm BizDev Jeff, your host. Thank you for joining, and a sincere thank you to all who have been listening and who have subscribed to the podcast and the YouTube channel and who have been following my content on LinkedIn. If you want to find out more about us and what we do, hop on over to www.teleworkph.com, or you can catch me on LinkedIn. Just search BizDev Jeff Thompson or the hashtag BizDevJeff. Right, so moving on, here I am back on the microphone. Last week I had some dental work done. To be transparent, I got the whole upper part of my teeth capped and got some crown jackets for the front. So I'm still having a bit of a struggle to talk properly. I've had to relearn how to say a few words. I still can't whistle, which is quite interesting. And then a couple of days ago, here in the Philippines, Taal volcano, which has been pretty much inactive since 1977, erupted. And I got to watch that Sunday. It's only about 60 kilometers away from where I live. So we've been still going through some of the earthquakes and the ashfall, which can be quite dangerous. Today we are talking about keeping it real when setting customer expectations. Now, excellent customer service begins and ends with meeting and surpassing customer expectations. Anytime there's an issue or a problem with a customer, why they're upset, why they're frustrated, why they're angry, it stems from one main purpose, and that is that their expectations were not met. They're let down. They're disappointed. However, sometimes it can be difficult to know exactly what they are expecting. From the first contact to support calls, it can really be a challenge. Customers want to be taken care of, and it's really disheartening to hear them say things like, oh, but I thought, obviously you hear the disappointment in their voice. This is why it's important to take on the responsibility of setting the customer expectations from the get-go. This way you have the bar set, you know where to shoot for, and surpass. Let me give you an example. 2 weeks before Christmas last year, I decided to splurge a little and take the family out to a nice restaurant in the mall. Christmas shopping was all done. The mall was all decked out, and I was feeling the festive spirit. Now, that spirit was soon to be temporarily suspended. For my family, choosing a restaurant is always a challenge. I have 2 small children, and at any given time, you ask them, hey, we're going to go out to eat. Where do you want to eat? The answer is it's always the same. It's either McDonald's, Burger King, or Jollibee, which is a Filipino fast food, much like McDonald's. And that's it. And it can be a challenge sometimes, and it takes some convincing to get them to choose otherwise. At any rate, there we were in the mall facing the exact same dilemma. The fact is, I don't like going out to eat that much, to be completely transparent. So I'm unfamiliar with a lot of the popular eating establishments that are available in the mall. I was a chef in the U.S. for close to 20 years, and I worked in other corporate restaurants before coming to the Philippines, so I've spent half my life in restaurants. I prefer to cook a nice meal at home. So anyway, there we were. The hunt was on, going through the overcrowded mall, looking at restaurant after restaurant, and I can be from being a chef, I can be quite choosy. So looking at every menu and sizing up the queue and the wait. And finally, after the family had reached their point with me, we decided on one nice-looking place. And it wasn't that crowded. Later, I found out why. So we sat down, studied the menu, and which had some nice pictures of what you should expect to get on your plate when you ordered. Now, I'm a vegetarian, so I ordered macaroni and cheese and a side of French fries. Kids and the wife got chicken platters. When the order came, it looked nothing at all like the pictures on the menu. For instance, the picture of the order of fries shows a nice, plentiful basket full of fries. You know how many fries I got? 9. 9 French fries. Yep, I counted. 9 lousy, limp French fries. The chicken platters on the menu showed this overabundance of rice and chicken damn near hiding every bit of the plate. Not the case when it was put down in front of it. I was extremely, extremely disappointed. I've spent many years working in fast food and in the restaurant business, and I try my best not to be that guy who is going to complain that his burger doesn't look like the picture, exactly like the picture. But there's a huge difference here. It's the perception of value. When you go to a fast food joint, you're expecting a lower value and lower quality meal. You aren't paying that much and may even grumble that what they charge is too much for the value that they give in exchange. That's the expectation that they set. A Big Mac is not gourmet food, and they don't charge a gourmet price. It tastes good. It's not good for you. And it's just filling enough to get to the next meal. However, when you go to sit down to a nice restaurant and you're ready to drop a good chunk of change for a nice meal, you are expecting things to be a bit elevated. Better service, a pleasant atmosphere, and higher quality food, especially when they put pictures on the menu. Through their advertising, higher prices, and menu pictures, they have set your expectations. So this is much like a website, and our website is a menu. Think of it that way. When a potential client or customer browses through a website, it immediately begins to set their expectations on what it'll be like to do business with a company. Whether it be B2B or B2C, it makes no difference. If the website says the company is flexible, then that company should strive to be flexible. They should live up to the expectations they set on their website. I remember once, back when I was living in the U.S., a new pizza shop had opened near me, and they advertised, "Come and try our award-winning pizza." Now, me being an avid pizza lover, I was inclined to do so. However, my first question to them was, before I ordered, "What award did you win?" And no one could answer. And the pizza wasn't even that great. I mean, it was good, but I wouldn't call it award-winning. Now, I'm not trying to be negative in either instance that I've conveyed here about my experiences. Point is, I may not have had such a bad experience if my expectations had been set accordingly, or had they strived to meet the expectations they set through their advertising. No one is going to come along and promote themselves by saying, "Hey, we give mediocre service when we feel like it, unless we're tired. Then our support will contact you first thing after lunch next Wednesday." Maybe. Setting expectations is a fundamental element of excellent customer support. When things go wrong and a customer needs help, they have the right to know certain things, even if it should pain you to tell them. It's not fair to tell the customer or to let them think that their issue will be resolved in a shorter time frame than it will be, or to make promises that are actually impossible to keep. For instance, saying, "This will never happen again, Mr. Smith. Cross my heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye." But there are ways to set better expectations. For example, instead of saying "it'll never happen again," let the customer know, "If this should happen again, then we'll do everything in our power to take care of it swiftly." There are instances when the support agent has to connect with and even pass on the case to another department. For example, development or payment processing. However, the support agent is ultimately responsible for direct communication with the customer. This is where the power of my personal ultimate follow-up plan has served me well in the past when I was an agent. Now, the worst news you or your support staff can deliver to a paying customer is they will have to wait, sometimes indefinitely. There's just no answer to give them at the moment. What makes the situation even worse? Silence after that, keeping the customer in the dark. Now, is this what they are expecting? Of course not. Now, the first thing I would do in this situation is ask the customer, "How do you prefer I contact you with a resolution or follow-ups or updates?" They'll tell me. So, using that, if it was a call or a chat, as soon as the call ended, I would shoot them out an email. And it would go something like this: "Hey, customer, thanks for reaching out by phone today. It was great connecting. Unfortunately, I wish it were under different circumstances. This is definitely not the experience we want you to have. I'm going to personally monitor this case and keep you updated every step of the way. If you feel I'm taking too long to get back to you, go ahead and reply to this email, and I can give you a quick call right away." Let me know if you have any other questions. You can open up the conversation here. Talk soon. Cheers. Jeff. Now here I've let them know, hey, I'm on it. Also, I've given them an easy way to ask their questions directly to someone who's familiar with the case and issue, rather than to have them call back, possibly get queued, and have to explain everything again to another agent. Another powerful one that I've used in cases where the customer is upset and frustrated is if I know they are waiting for an answer that I don't have yet, I'll give them a quick call like this. Hey customer, Jeff here. Say, listen, I don't have an answer on that resolution yet. I'm still waiting, but I'm just going to step out for lunch, and I have my phone with me in case development, payment, or other department tries to get a hold of me. Then I'll let you know right away. They weren't expecting this. This surpasses their expectations, and it normally blows them away. Now, the goal here wasn't just to calm them down and help alleviate their frustrations for this particular issue. It was also to set their expectations should there be future problems. They'll know that we'll take care of it, and the next time they need to call support, hopefully there won't be a next time, but if they do, then they will have a better sense of security and, moreover, less frustration. So I'm always one to say, hey, keep it real. This is just one way to strive to set the right expectations. There are many, many other ways, but most importantly, it is to just keep it real as much as possible with the customer. Obviously, there'll be times when it isn't the best idea to reveal internal issues that may have rippled out to their level, but by just talking to the customer, following up, and not keeping them in the dark, you can save the relationship and turn a frustrated, angry customer into a loyal one, recommending your brand. And that will wrap it up for this episode of Telecast PH. Thank you for listening. And if you want to find out more about Telework PH and what we do and what we're all about, you can hop on over to www.teleworkph.com, or you can hit me up on LinkedIn. Just search BizDev Jeff Thompson or the hashtag BizDevJeff. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the podcast. If you're on the YouTube channel, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when new episodes come up. I try to put out new episodes daily moving forward. Be safe, everybody. BizDev Jeff, signing out.